Hello and welcome to the latest installment of the Cape May County Library's reading recommendation videos. I'm your host Natalie. I'm going to be recommending 3 different books in each video. We're posting them on Mondays and Wednesdays every week while we're all at home. And these books are all available digitally through our platforms Libby and Hoopla. I'm trying to pick a variety of genres, including fiction and nonfiction. So hopefully every video will have something for everyone. And at the end of the video, I'm going to include some information about how to access all of our digital materials and how to find even more recommendations. So I'm hoping you guys will be able to do some fun and different reading while we're all staying at home. Okay, so my first recommendation is Liane Moriarty's Big Little Lies. This book was actually made into a series on HBO. It got a lot of hype. It was very popular. I highly recommend the novel. So this is a contemporary fiction. It takes place in Australia. So there is a public school, I think, yes, the Pirawee Public School had their big annual trivia night, which is a huge big deal. All the parents get dressed up. It's a big fundraising event. And during the trivia night event, someone has been murdered. So the frame of the novel is that the police are interviewing everyone who attended, all the parents who attended the trivia night, and they're trying to figure out what happened. And you don't know who was murdered, and of course you don't know exactly what happened. So the book is going through, the beginning of the school year. It follows 3 different mothers, and as you read along, you realize that they each have something to hide. It's a lot about the kind of maybe little lies you tell friends and family and yourself to feel like you can continue your life when maybe things are not going as swimmingly as they would appear. And there are, at the end of most of the chapters, there's little bits of interviews as the detectives are interviewing everybody. And it's shedding slowly a little more light on what's going on. So there's a bit of a thriller mystery aspect, but it's also a really, a dive into three women and their families and how they are navigating contemporary life. This is available on Libby in text and audio, and if you like LeAnn's style, she has written a ton of books. I really enjoyed all of them. Once I read this one, I read a whole bunch of her stuff. So a lot of her things are also available on Libby. So that is Liane Moriarty, Big Little Lies. All right, the next item I'm going to recommend, I have another graphic novel series. This one is Fables by Bill Willingham. This is the first volume of Fables. So this is the first deluxe edition volume. These comics are available on Hoopla in text. So in Fables, the series, it's about fairy tale characters. So imagine fairy tale characters are real. They have lived in another dimension, I guess you would say, in another world. And they've been living their lives. They have magic. They all have their own personalities. And there has been, over time, an adversary, with a capital A adversary, has started to take over and invade a lot of the realms. So the fairy tale characters have slowly been pushed out and have arrived in Manhattan, in New York City. So they're trying to hide in New York City and live their lives. They have kind of magicked an area, a neighborhood in New York City so that people don't know that they're there. And in the first in the first story, which is the first 6 issues of the comic book, you meet Snow White, who is the mayor, or the mayor's assistant in Fabletown. And the big bad wolf, who's called Bigby Wolf, is kind of the sheriff, head police officer. And Snow White finds out that her sister, Rose Red, has been murdered. So she and Bigby Wolf, who have a very contentious relationship, they have to investigate and figure out what's going on. It's a very cool series, similar to Lock and Key that I recommended. It's definitely for adults, even though it is a comic book. It's a long-running series. It did wrap up after several volumes, but there's a lot to read here. It's very interesting. I like the take on the fairy tale characters, and what if, you know, once their stories end, they are still around and have to live. That's like a twist on, you know, Beauty and the Beast. Things were great for a while, but what if they're not always so in love? You're not always going to be so in love. There's ups and downs in every relationship. So that's a really cool and different exploration of fairy tale characters. So that is Fables by Bill Willingham. Okay, and I don't always have the physical books with me when I'm doing my reading recommendation videos. So sometimes I do draw the book covers. So this is The Year of Less by, oh, I forget her first name, by Flanders. And the full title is The Year of Less, How I Stopped Shopping, Gave Away My Belongings, and Discarded Life. And discovered life is more than anything you can buy in a store. So I know we're in some weird and strange times right now. So I wanted to recommend, we do have a number of different self-help type books. So if you're feeling stressed, everyone's feeling a level of stress right now, and you are looking for something to maybe help change your perspective, or have you think a little differently about things that are going on and try to get through in the best way possible, I'd recommend, we have The Year of Less. We have The Magic, I forget the exact title, The Magic of Tidying Up, The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up by Marie Kondo. This Year of Less is on Hoopla in audio and Libby in text and audio. So we have a wide collection of self-help type books, books that can help, you know, maybe change the way you're thinking about things, or help you see things in a different way. In this book, the author took a year and only bought essential items like gas and food, things that were going to get consumed, and figured out how to live with less, consuming less, and trying to find more maybe worthwhile or fulfilling things to do with her hours. And she found that it really made a difference in her life, and that she felt more fulfilled without being so focused on consumerism. So during these times, reading something maybe a little different, nonfiction, or a self-help type book may be helpful. So we have those kinds of titles, including The Year of Less. And again, that's on Hoopla in audio and Libby in text and audio. Okay, so those are my recommendations for this video. Thank you for watching. You can find some information about how to get digital books on Libby and Hoopla on our website, cmclibrary.org. If you go up to the menu and click on Borrow, you're going to see a couple of categories. And if you go to ebooks, there'll be links to Libby and Hoopla. You can download apps onto your phone or device to get all of your materials. You will need your library card when you check any of these things out. So if you need to get a library card with us, no judgment, we're more than happy to give you a library card right now. You can go to our website, cmclibrary.org, and click on Get a Library Card, and we're going to need some info about you, including an email address. And one of our staff members will get back to you with a brand new library card. If you're having trouble accessing anything or lost your library card, you can email us at reference@cmclibrary.org. And finally, if you are looking for more recommendations because you're just getting through all these books so fast, you can go to our website, cmclibrary.org, go to the menu, click on Help, and go to Recommendations. There's a bunch of links on there for different resources that we have for recommendations, including a personalized recommendation form that you can fill out, and one of our staff members will get back to you with some recommendations based on the stuff that you have read and really like. All right, so that's been the Cape May County Library's reading recommendation videos for today. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you soon.